Security Marshal Threx claws clicked against the control panel. The gravity cage snapped shut around the human, Mark Reyes, its fields crushing down with 5 times standard weight. Belserin, stationed at the observation dice, tapped his stylus to lob the activation. Containment protocol engaged. Subject human, Mark Reyes. Classification mode, unanimous apex predator status. The human didn't scream. He shifted his shoulders against the invisible press. A sweat beaded on his bare arms, but his voice cut through the hum. Hey, big guy, you got a wrench in there? 10mm, adjustable if that's all you have. Thrix froze. His mandibles flexed in shock. Belserin leaned closer to his feed screen, mandibles parting slightly. Humans begged for mercy in containment vids. This one requested tools. Silence, Deathworlder, Threx growled. His voice boomed over the intercom. Full sensory blackout initiated. He punched the override. Darkness flooded the cage. Lights out, audio dampeners on, even scent neutralizers purging the air. Belserin updated his log. Subject exhibits anomalous cam under restraint. No aggression detected. Recommended psychological profiling. He glanced at High Arbiter Koth on the split-screen feed. The Arbiter's frilled crest pulsed red with authority. The council chamber behind him buzzed with delegates from a dozen species, all eyes on the containment bay. Koth's image sharpened. Observer Belserin, confirm the vote tally. Affirmative, High Arbiter. Belsering's stylus flew. 98% in favor of apex predator designation. Dissent from Envoy Savakin noted. Containment without assessment risks escalation. Koth's crest flared brighter. Dissent overruled. Humans hail from a deathworld gravity, 1.2 G, atmosphere laced with oxidants, fauna that hunts in packs. This specimen infiltrated our outpost disguised as a systems tech. We contain now, display later. Thrix circled the cage, his armored exoskeleton gleaming under the bay lights. Phaser holster at his hip, backup drones hovering at his shoulders. Containment secure arbiter, blackout holding, no vital spike. Inside the cage, nothing moved. Belserin somed his feet. The human's chest rose and fell steadily.
No trashing.
No place. Just waiting. In FA-10 tent, echoed from the cage floor. Morse, Belserin enhanced audio. No, the human drummed fingers against his thigh. Rhythm steady, like a worker on break. Translator online, the human said suddenly. His voice pierced the blackout somehow, muffled but clear. I need a comlink too. And legal counsel? Nah. Just tools and a path to check schematics. Bow? It checked the panel. Blackout feels solid. Belserin cross-referenced. Human auditory range exceeded standard by 20%. Deathworld adaptation. Koth's feed crackled. Deny all requests, Marshal. No tools for predators. No translators to spread their pack calls. But sir, Threx hesitated, claws twitching. He's not fighting. Standard detainees rupture veins at 3G. Predators play long games, Koth snapped. Schedule public viewing for cycle's end. Broadcast to all sectors. Let the galaxy see we contain Deathworld infiltration. Belserin logged. Public deterrence protocol approved. Human response requests maintenance access. Odd. Humans conquered their world through endless war per xenophile. Yet this one mimicked a repair drone. Envoy Savakin appeared on a side feed, her gelatinous form rippling in her tank. Arbiter consider utility. The human's credentials check certified engineer for Alliance outposts. Our station's core temp rose 2% this shift. Coincidence Scott's crest flattened. Irrelevant. Containment first. Threx nodded and stepped back. His drones scanned the cage. Clear. Belserin felt a twinge. His own analysis underestimated threats before. A silicon swarm on Rigel 4 seemed inert until it phased through hulls. A human's, muscles like woven cable, bones dense as neutronium. Apex. Undinamila. A low groan echoed through the bay, not from the cage. Belserin glanced up. The overhead vents rattled. Air recyclers whined higher pitch. Threx combust. Engineering deck. Or overheat alert. Level 2. Contain it. Threx barked into his wrist unit. Arbiter. Minor glitch. Recycler strained. Koth waved the front. Routine. Black out the human fully. No leaks. The human spoke again, voice sharper through the fields. That's no glitch.
Hear that harmonic? Phase coils whopping.
Give me a wrench. 10 minutes. I fix it. Your cage is drawing too much from the grid. Threx laughed at chitinous rasp. Lies? Silencing. Belserin enhanced the feed audio. The human's eyes locked on a vent grate above the cage. Calm.
Assessing. Station alarms trilled softly.
Threx's drones beeped warnings. Level 3 overheat. Threx muttered. Ekid his calm. Engineering. Report. Static. Then a panicked trill. Coils breaching. Evacuate sectors 4 through 7. Koth chamber feed erupted in chaos. Delegates surged. Sabakin's tank jetted forward. Arbiter!
The human warned impossible, Koth roared. Predator sabotage. Belsarin cross-checked logs.
Gauge power draw spiking 50%. Feedback loop into core grid. Human called it first. Threx deployed restraints, neural stunners, field amplifiers. Nothing faced the cage's occupant. The human strained slightly, testing bonds. Greened Marshal, Belsarin said, boy steady. Protocol demanded report. Subject predicted failure. Tools requested match repair profile. Threx ignored him, slamming override codes. Alarms wailed red now. Hull plates ground. The base shuddered. Sabakin overrode feeds. Release him. Controlled cooperation is an engineer, not a weapon. Koth hesitated, crespulsing erratically. Never trust Epen exploded overhead. Plasma vented, scorching Trex's armor. Hedo. Drones vaporized. Belsarin hit the deck, heat singeing his scales. The human yelled. Shut flux valves. Port side. Threx staggered up, claws on phaser. But the human's words pierced chaos. Threx glanced at the human still pinned, but eyes sharp, pointing somehow through fields. Belsarin crawled to his console. Log it all, Apex Predator or Savior. Threx punched the cage release. Fields dropped. Mark Regis heaped the deck rolling, scooped a loose panel tool. Ratchet, close enough. He sprinted to the access hatch, wrench in hand. Move! He shouted at Threx. The marshal flinched aside. Regis tore the grate free. Steam bellowed. It plunged arms in, twisting fast. Sparks flew. The wine died. Alarms silenced. Sealants fell. Regis wiped soot from his face, handed the wrench back. Flux valves stuck. Grit feedback. Happens on all stations. You good? Threx stared. Mandibles agape. No fuss or drown. No fight. Koth's feet flickered back. Report. Belsarin's stylus trembled. A-log. Human intervention stabilizes crisis. Containment re-evaluated. Savakin pulsed approval. We need him. Kothcrest deemed. Marshal escort day engineer. The core. Supervised. Threx nodded, gesturing Reyes forward. The human shrugged, humble nod. Translator first makes this easier. Belsarin watched them go. His log out-of-sync to council archives. Fear logged. Respect forming. But the station hummed wrong still. Deeper groan from the core. Regis paused at the hatch. Head tilt. Not done, he muttered. Something bigger. Threx gripped his phaser tighter. Belsarin zoomed feed. The human moved like he owned the ship. And the galaxy watched. Threx slammed the gravity controls to triple. The human crumpled mid-pace, knees buckling under the invisible crush. Belsarin froze at his console. Feeds from the detention cell sharpened. Mark Reyes hit the deck face first. Brick strains humped tighter, pinging limbs. No scream, no thrash. The human stopped struggling, started measuring. Reyes extended one arm inch by inch against the pull. Fingers tapped the wall, tap, pause. Tap, tap. Hechos bounced back, faint through the mic. Belsarin adjusted audio gain. The pattern repeated. Wall, floor, ceilings. Reyes counted aloud, voice steady be a translator. 2 bal resonance at 2.3 meters. Belsarin scribbled, detainee assesses enclosure despite duress. Non-compliant cognition? Threx's voice crackled over comms. Gravity pinned. A strain's max. He heals now. Puff's image flickered on split screen. Log every twitch, observer. Predators break or submit. Reyes ignored them. Herald onto his side, body straining. Nose to vent grate. Listened. Air cycled. He's, pause, he's, he. Ben cycle, 18 seconds intake, 12 exhaust. Filter clock probable. He tapped again, syncing beats to echoes. Mapped the cell blind. Belsarin's frills quivered. No species mapped under triple G. Bones would splinter first. Next meal slot clanged open. Reyes dragged himself over, grabbed the nutrient tray. Plastic spark snapped clean on restrained edge. He palmed the shard. Concealed it, Threx burst into Belsarin's feed via security overlay. Observer. Confirm compliance. Negative, Marshal. Subjeto analícese. Reyes wedged the shard into his wrist restraint pin. Twist it slow. Metal clicked loose. It flexed fingers free.
Slid the pin back.
Perfect fit. No alarms tripped. Bell-Serin stylus snapped. Escape vector tested. Range rings inadequate. Threx snarled. It punched overrides. Race trains locked harder. Neural stunners primed. Gravity spiked. Triple plus. Dick blades groaned. Reyes exhaled in through nose, out through mouth. Controlled. Rhythmic. Heart rate flatlined on vitals feed. No panic spikes. Spoke into translator pickup. Marshal Threx. High Arbiter. Flux build up in your grid. I hear it humming wrong. Let me check the relays. Won't take 5 minutes. Threx mandibles clicked fury. Silence Predator. You adapt to pain. We contain. Savakin's channel ping hit. Arbiter is requesting aid. The station diagnostics show anomalies. Cough's crest fled. Containment first. Humans are apex threats. Logs confirm. Pack hunters radiation tolerant, flesh regenerators, this one's feigning. Bell setting cross-checked archetypes. Human baseline endured atmospheres lethal to 10 species. Repied hull breaches with bare hands in vids. But humble? No boasts in intercepts. Hushed, fixed things. Reyes tapped again. Etcher shift. Wall panel loose. Your cells venting plasma bleed. Alarms wailed station-wide. Lights flickered. Bell-Seren's console sparked. Feet glitched. Cell cam stuttered. Threx bolted from security bay. Core breach imminent. Greet feedback loop, Goth barked. Seal sectors, no releases. Savakin overrode. Arbit, detainee, predicted it. Data matches. Bell-Serin loaded frantically. Human identifies Chris's pre-alarm. Underestimation confirmed. Deck shuddered. Steam vented from grates. Bell-Serin evacuated his post. Frills clamped. Feeds auto-switched to mobile drones. Threx reached the cell. Phaser drawn. Uman. Flux valves hammed. Regis nodded from the floor. Calm breaths unbroken. Old station. Predictable? Release me. Bex hesitated. Mandibles parted. No violence. A punched the cage release. Fields dropped. Reyes hit the deck rolling. Scooped. A loose panel tool. Ratchet. Close enough. Sprinted to access hatch. Move! He shouted at Threx. The Marshal flinched aside. Reyes tore the grate free. Steam billowed. Arms plunged in, twisting fast. Sparks flew. Wind yet. Alarms silenced. Illins fell. Reyes wiped salt from his face. Handed the wrench back. Greed feedback. Happens on old stations. You good? Threx stared. Mandibles agape. No fight. Cot's feet flickered back. Report. Bell-Seren's new drone feet stabilized. E-locked. Human intervention stabilizes creases. Containment reevaluated. Savakin pulsed approval lights. Arbiter. We need him. Cot's crest dimmed. Marshal, escort engineer, to the core. Supervised. Threx nodded stiffly. The turret reaches forward. The human shrugged. Will node. Translator first makes this easier. They moved out. Bell-Serin trialed via drone swarm. Station hummed, but deeper groan echoed from core relays. Regis paused at the next hatch. Head tilted. Not done. Something bigger. Threx gripped faster tighter. Klaus whitened. Bell-Serin zoomed drone lens. The human walked like he owned the ship. No swagger. Whose purpose? Core access loomed. Sealed blast doors. Threx palmed out panel. Doors hissed part way. Jams from feedback. Regis eyed the gap. Narrow. You first, Marshal? Threx squeezed through. A faster sweet shadows. Clear. Enter. Regis slipped in sideways. No complaint under lingering gravity dampers. Core chamber sprawled. Pulsing conduits, hollow displays fracturing data. Central regulator throbbed erratic, red warnings cascading. Savakin waited inside, robes fluttering. Engineer race, coursing failing, council techs offline. Coughs holo dominated, supervised repair only. One error, Marshal fires. Reyes scanned conduits. Fingers traced seams. Overload cascade. Primary coolant line fractured. Backup valves fused. Handheld by access crawlspace. Need torque wrench. Improvisi? Threx tossed the ratchet. Regis caught it one-handed. Dove into the dark. Clanks echoed. Sparks lit his silhouette. Bell-Serin's drone hovered close. Watched sweat bead on human skin. No exosuit. Radiation badges screamed lethal. Minutes tick. Ground built to roar. All of displays shattered. Pressure spike. Savakin yelled. Reyes emerged, face smeared grease.
Bledded bells.
Give it Therit. Roar faded. Displays grinned, STDM returned. Koth blinked, stabilized. How? Experience, Regis said. Earth, rigs, same age. Patch and pray. He stood, dusted hands. Offered ratchet back. Threx took it. Klaus shook. You, Muppet Chill, BMIA, predicted breaches, reach, blink. Training. Spacer Basics, keeps you alive. Belserin logged, human normal, alien nightmare. Apex nothing fang, but fix, Sabaking Pasteguer, console must negotiate. Full access? Koth hesitated. Crest neutral. Observer archival, but a subharmonic whine pierced the hum. Reyes stiffened. Warp manifold stressing. That's not feedback. Threx raised phaser. Instinct. Reyes waved it down. No time. Show me. Doors ahead buckled inward. Alarms reignited worse. Belserin's drone feed whited out. Log autosync set. Fear logged. Respect forming. Uman leads now. Station lurched. Galaxy watched the feeds beam out. Containment shattered. Truth emerged. Belserin's console screamed. Red glyphs, paused hull, microfracture, Sector 7, Delta. Edge up the flag command. Sabotage confirmed. Uman detainee proximity, 87% match. Observer high arbiter Kot's crest flared across the hololink. Report, microfracture, arbiter, initiated post-engineering breach. Pattern matches intruder stress test. Belserin's mandibles clicked. The human had been loose for minutes. Containment failed already. Koth's eyes narrowed. All sectors blame the Apex Predator. It unifies the boat. His voice boomed to the council chamber feed. Delegates, this Earth beast tampers with our station. Both containment, permanent, or we all fracture. Cheers rippled through the hologrid. Votes tallied green. Bell settings, drone feed locked on the cell block. Security Marshal Threx barked orders. Redroute all units. Seal block priority. Engineering skeleton crew only. Threx's enforcers swarmed the corridors. Faster grids snapped up. Bulk hats sealed with hydraulic hesses. Belsedin watched this drone weave through bends. Human cell loomed. Mark Rages paced inside, bare hands flexing. Station shuddered. Lights flickered. A deeper groan vibrated the deck. Bell settings, secondary display lit. Pressure alarms, multiple sectors. Not sabotage. Gasket failure. Engineering reports understaffed. Threx growled over comms. Microfracture spreading. Warp supports compromised. Kot slammed his podium. Hold the human. Here's the source. Belserin's drone zoomed on Reyes. The human froze mid-pace. Head tilted. ER pressed to the ventilation duct. Fine alarms filtered through. High-pitched whines only spacers caught. Alpha, nove condui, Reyes shouted through the bars, failing seals. Tell your engineers to vent it now, or it chains to the core. Silence gripped the cell block. Threx pivoted, Klaus twitching. How? You're sealed in. Regis shrugged. Alarm cadence. 3 short, 2 long. Standard fail pattern. Spacer ears pick it up.
Hey, grip the bars.
Muscles bunched under pale skin. No tremor. Belserin's stylus froze mid-log. The tiny names corridor 14 seconds before engineering. Ping. Confirm. Threx snapped into his comm. Drone feed split. Engineers in Sector 7. Delta scrambled. All maps black. Then red confirmation. Alpha nove condui. Exact match. Station lurch harder. Bulkheads buckled with metallic screams. Sparks rained. Threx phaser hand wavered. Arbiter, it's right. Engineering can't reach it. Crew routed here. Koth's crest wilted. Provisional release. Observer, record Al. Marshal, escort under guard. Belserin's drone darted ahead as Threx punched the cell override. Reyes stepped out, nodded once. Torque wrench. Ratchet if you got it. Crawlspace access. Threx tossed the tool. Reyes snatched it midair, one-handed. No exosuite. Radiation badges on his wrist already screamed amber. Disprinted corridors buckling under strain. Alarms wailed. Envoy Sabakin joined from a side passage, tendrils pulsing. Council folly. Let him work. Regis dropped to knees at the Alpha Nove hatch. Pre-barred hit open. Dark Mao yawned, venting hot plasma wisps. Hedoving. Clanks echoed. Sparks lit his silhouette against glowing conduits. Belsering's drone hovered at the lip. Watched sweat bead on human skin. No fear pheromones. Whose focus? Badges hit red lethal dose in minutes. Groan built to roar. All of displays nearby shuddered. Pressure spike, Sabakin yelled, shielding optics. Regis emerged, face smeared grease. Coughed once, bled it, bell feed. Give it 30. Roar faded. Displays green. Steady hum returned. Caught blinked over the link. Stabilized. How?
Experience, Regis said. Dusted hands.
Offered, ratchet back. Earth rigs, same age. Patch and pray. Threx took it. Klaus shook. You and their triple C in there mapped the cell earlier. Predicted breaches. Regis blinked. Training. Spacer basics. Keeps you alive, Belserin logged. Human normal alien nightmare. Epics not in fang, but fix, Sabakin pulsed iga. Council must negotiate. Full access? Koff hesitated. Preste neutral, provisional. Observar, archival, subharmonic whine pierced the hum. Reyes stiffened. Secondary core. Warp manifold stressing. That's not feedback. Threx raised phaser instinct. Bridges waved it down. No time. Show me. Those ahead buckled inward. Alarms reignited worse. Belserin's drone feed whited out. Look autosynced. Fear locked. Respect forming. Oman leads now. Station lurched again. Feeds beamed galaxy-wide. Containment shattered. But the crisis deepened. Belserin clutched his console as secondary alerts flooded in. Hull integrity at 62 warp core fluctuations. His drone rebooted, trailing the group into the fray. Threx shoved Reyes toward the core axis. Move! If you lie, won't. Reyes shouldered past a sparking panel. Grabbed the loose conduit with bare hands. Skin sizzled. It didn't flinch. Twisted it straight. Sparks dying. Sabakin trailed, negotiating on the fly. Arbiter, grant schematics. Is Blin fixing? Kotz's voice crackled. Transmit limited. Observer, verify, no sabotage. Belserin fed drone, data real time. Regis glanced at the overlay once, nodded. Manifold's got a hairline in the injector ring. Cycle bypass, or it shreds. Engineers, 3 left cocked from safety purchase. Their exosuits wear it, props extended, too slow. Reyes climbed the lattice without harness, 40 meters up. Wind howled from breaches. Drone caught every grip, fingers like mad clamps, body weaving gusts. Impossible. Threx motors, no sweet, no fear. Belserin zoomed on Regi's face, sweat streak grin. Adrenaline's a haluba drug. Lattice groaned. Regis reached the manifold. Ratchet spun.
Bolts sheared free.
Plasma vented blue fire. He leaned into it. Shielded eyes, cycled the bypass valve by hand. Station stabilized. Wine died. S rappelled down on a jury-rigged line, torn uniform strips. Landed light, badges black-lined. Lethal exposure logged. Engineers approached, scanners out. How? Radio scrubbed your dermis. Rajas wipe bloodied hands. Pines temporary. Stations forever. The butts hollow, flickered in. Crestlow. Detainee, engineer Reyes. Council Boats Corporation. Full access. Sabakim beamed. Wise, Threx, Ostert Phaser. 8 Reyes you predicted 3 failures. Name them first. Patterns, Regis said. Humans drill 'em. Out here, 1 miss kills everyone. Belserin slug overflowed. Underestimation fatal. Human baseline, endurance, intuition, repair under duress. Orcs of void. New ping hit his console. Debris field incoming, rogue asteroids, station drift. Alarms blatted afresh. Reyes, Perket, dorsal sensors. Protevasive. Threx relayed. Nakru scrambled. Too late. Impact rattle frames. Regis bolted for the bridge. I got this. Group followed. Belserin's drone in tow. Breach cows, consoles sparget, crew frozen. Koth remote directed. Ibasi pattern Delta. Regis slid into Arc Station. Fingers flew. Delta's blind to tumble. Custom burn. Port thrusters, 20%. Yaw starboard. Nav officer hesitated. Threx nodded. Do it. Thrusters fired. Station twisted. First rock glanced off shields. Second loomed. Regis patched a dead array live. Firing point defense. Manual. Grit lit. Beams lanceth. Rock vaporized. Crew exhale. Koth stared. Jew rewired mid-fire. Spacer basics. Regis leaned back. Keeps you alive. Belserin archived the feeds. Galaxy tuned in. Billions watched. Council votes shifted. Fear locks flipped to awe protocols. But Regis eyed a flickering gauge. Oxygen scrubbers lagging. Biothart seal failing. Smell that? Accurate tank hit vents? Threx sniffed. Confirm. Containment's next crisis, Regis said. Lead or follow? Threx gripped his shoulder. First contact without claws. Lead.
Station hummed onward. Human at helm.
Bell settings final log. Respect earned. Nightmare normalized. Council yields. Deeper groan echoed from the core. Reyes tense. Not done yet. Envoy Sabakin thrust her manipulator into the holo display. High arbiter Koth. Oxygen scrubbers at 23% efficiency. Bioseals fracturing. We suffocate in hours unless we act.
Koth's armored crest flared.
The human remains contained. Protocol kills us. Sabakin's voice amplifier spiked. Navigated the debris field blind. Rewired arrays under fire. Emergency motion. Temporary release for technical labor. Boat now.
Council nodes flickered.
Botes Tajid green. 67% override. Belserin adjusted his drone feed from the observational cove. His primary mandibles quivered. Humans. Apex predatores.
Pack hunters.
Yet this one fixed their station like a glitch in code. Fear protocol active, but data compelled logs. Koth's optics narrowed. Iwich Koth's Koof's full armor scored as commands. Known supervised contact. Threx acknowledgement ping channels. Compliance. En route to detention. Belserin routed his drone to shadow the marshal. Archivel imperative. Capture every twitch. Billions watch council streams. One sleep and human mythologies rewrote galactic history. Detention block hummed under red emergency lights. Rex's squad fanned out. 6 enforcers, plasma lances primed. Belserin's drone hovered at ceiling vents, lenses locked on the containment cage. Threx punched the release cycle. Seals hissed. Cage iris open.
Mark Rages stepped forward, palms up.
Empty hands. No charge. No roar. Threx leveled his lance. Human. Hands behind back. Cuffs deployed. Regis nodded once. Got it. Don't twitch those triggers while I'm working. Cuffs snap on neural kill switch collar, linked to Threx's gauntlet. One pulse and the predator dropped. Bell setting logger. Subject compliant. No aggression markers. Anomaly. Threx gripped the chain tether. Move. Double time. Squad closed ranks. Regis walked steady. Eyes scanning bulkheads. Acrid ozone stung vents. Scrubber exhaust mixing with hull breach toxins. Council bridge feet patched in. God's voice boomed. Minimal access. Fix scrubbers. Return to cage. Regis halted at bay doors. Threx yanked the tether. Human didn't budge. Access denied without tools, Regis said. Full schematics dumb. Repi keyed. Plasma torches, nanosealers, bypass cables. Price of cooperation. Trex's vents hissed. You negotiate? Under collar, Regis met the marshal's faceted eyes. Spacer rule, no fix without kit. Your call, choke or work. Belserin's secondary limbs twitched. Predators didn't bargain. They took. Javakin Comet Din. Granted, Threx. He's earned the rope. Koth overrode. Schematic spatial. Kit standard. No weapons. Doors parted. Engineering bay sprawled. Consoles sparked. Atmosphere recyclers. Weird erratic. Crew techs huddled. Manipulators futile on jam ports. Regis scanned the chaos. Othomba on filters. Core relays overloaded from debris stress. Patch the seals first. Rex unclipped the kit crate. Reyes knelt, cuffs clinking. Fingers danced over panels. Torch diffused relay. Nanosealer foamed into cracks. Belserin's drone zoomed. Human hands blurred, rewiring circuits aliens calibrated by ritual. Efficiency 300% baseline. Tech edged closer. One Glaxian, Proptaline. How? Our diagnostics failed. Diagnostics assume no tumble damage, Reyes said. Feel the vibration? Yao stress shared the mounts. Bypass here. His pleased cables. Scrubbers hummed steady. Air cleared toxins, vented clean. Crew exile. Threx lowered his lens a fraction. Koth's voice crackled. Progress report. 70%. Threx relayed. Seals holding. Belserin archived. Threat contained. No. Asset deployed. Rage stood, wiped hands on jumpsuit. Next, core stabilizers. That groan earlier? Harmonic cascade. Fix now or bulkheads crack.
Threx tensed. Kojar holds.
B. Squat. Trail to core access. Deeper decks thrummed unstable. Bell settings drone dipped into heat haze. Reyes Prieta service hack. Steam billowed. Over loud vents clogged. Plasma buildup. Hector Debre! Sparks flew. Squad flinched. Lances tracked his every weld. Savakin arrived in person, robes swirling. Human, your methods, unorthodox sealed, a valve, keeps the lights on. Your council built tough. Whose needs nudge? Gatch needles climbed green. Station steadied, no more groans. Threx tested the tether. Donne? Reyes eyed a flickering secondary panel. Mostly. One more relay. Goth Comet. Return to containment. Labor phase ends. Reyes paused. Hands open again. Relay fails. Casket restarts. 5 minutes. Silence stretched. Boats ping council net. Sabakin nodded. Grant. Threx released slack. Ragers dove in. Belserin watched the feed. Human rewired mid-tune. No tools wasted. No pause for breath. Relay clicked live. Core purred. Re-erupted chitters vents whooshing relief. Threx retracted his lance. Stand down. Reyes straightened. Collar glinted. All good, Savakin approached. You saved us, again. Team effort, Regis said. Your station.
My fixes. God's Hollow flickered on.
Data reviewed. Containment reconsidered. Bell settings lockout flagged. Fear obsolete. Respect protocol engage. But Reyes sniffed the air. Boil cells faint eon tang. Trex check scanners. Traces spiked. Containment breach, Reyes said. Exotic particles. From the debris, alarm starred anew. Belseren's drone whirred closer. Umanten said not fear. Readiness. Threx gripped the tether. Your move. Reget's grinned faint.
Unlock these cuffs. Rail work starts.
Station lights dimmed. Core rumble returned. Deeper. Ongrier. Koth's voice cut sharp. Marshal for release. Now. Trix thumbed the collar. Cuffs clattered free. Regis rolled shoulders. About time. Squad parted. Uman strode forward. Belserin archived live. Nightmare Unchained. Galaxy watches. Fuel cell conduits glowed ominous through grates. Particles dance. Corrosive. Eating metal. Reyes grabbed a full kit. No limits now. Evac protocols ready? Sabakin pallid. Negative. Council blocks. Idiots. Reyes jank a hatch. Threx seal outer decks. I'll bend the core. Threx barked orders. Squad moved. Belserin's drone trialed. Heat-seared sensors. Uman plunged into conduits. Torches blazing. Particles swarmed. Reyes donned a breather mask from kit. Eon flux. Neutralize with magnetic shunt. A jury-rigged coils. Field hummed. Swarm collapsed inert.
Crew gaped from viewports. Caught, remote watched.
Impossible. Our engineers projected cascade failure. Projected wrong. Regis grunted. Last weld set. Conduits cooled. Station side stable. Frex clapped Regis back first unguarded touch. You fight machines like prey. Reyes shrugged. Fix him. Samadif. Sabakin signaled council. Permanent asset status. Vote. Greens flooded. Belsering locked final O beat. Normal for them. Pacopolis for us. But reads scanned readouts. Fully integrity. 2%. Microfractures propagating. New ping. External scan. Debris wake. Second wave inbound. Bigger rocks. Round 2. Ooze plotting evasive. Threx grinned through vents. You are. Council yielded. Uman took, console, bell settings, feet beamed galaxy-wide. Billions shifted, fear to legend. Deeper shadows steered in scans, not asteroids. Something moved, breach leaned in. That's no rock. Station braced. Mark Reyes slammed the hatch override. Sparks flew. The breached maintenance spine yawned open. Jagged metal teeth framed by hissing vents. Corrosive particles swirled thicker here, gnawing hull plates. Belserin's drone hovered at the threshold, lenses wearying to capture every flicker. Threx, Reyes barked, his voice cut through static. Anchor your team at the bulkhead seals. No one follows unless I call.
Security Marshal Threx hesitated, claws flexing on his pulse rifle.
Squad armored Krix enforcers, braced behind emergency struts. Human suit strain hits critical in there. Protocol gets us dead. Reyes sealed his breather mask. Torch in one hand, sealant kit in the other, he plunged inside. Belserin's primary feed split. Drone cam locked on Reyes. Secondary streamed to the council chamber. High Arbiter caught loomed in hologram, mandibles clicking. Envoy Sabakin paced beside Belserin's console. The Xenoanalyst tentacles twitched over record buffers. Low. Subject enters kill zone. No retreat instinct detected. Reyes dropped to knees amid glowing conduits. Microfracture spider webbed the spine wall, hairline cracks propagating under debris impacts.
Atmosphere whistled out, his suit integrity blinked yellow.
It ripped open the sealant kit. Foam canister hissed. Reyes hammered the nozzle into the largest fracture, manual pressure with gloved palm, particles beat at his visor. Sweet alarms wailed, strain at 110%. Fabric stretched taut over shoulders. Threk's voice crackled. Reyes, pull back. We'll flood foam from here. Fractures chain link. Reyes leaned harder. Foam expanded, hardening under his weight. Cracks sealed. He shifted to the next tab, bending faster. Velserin zoomed drone lenses. Human muscles corded against the strain. No tremor, no flinch. Alien shock. Physical endurance exceeds Sci-Fi labor casts by 300%. Normal exception? Koth's hologram flickered, contained the bridge remotely. Detainee assists under duress only.
Sabakin snapfills.
Duress fails. Vote yielded control. Watch. Reyes finish the patch chain. Foam gleamed solid. But power readouts flatline. Sector blackout imminent. Burned relay sparked ahead. Arcing blue discharge across the spine. He crawled forward. Conduits pulsed heat. Particles clustered on his suit, eating seals. Reyes yanked at junction panel. Wires fused. Relay charred black. Hand jumped, he muttered. Glova script live boost bars. Arc leapt. Plasma kiss scorched his arm plaiting. It breached the gap. Body rigid. Current surged through. Lights flickered on. Amsuham. Threk's squad cheered from the hatch. Power restored. Sector stable. Not yet. Reyes jumped back, suit smoking. Alarms screamed red overheat cascade. Belserin's buffers overflowed. He patched the feed live to council chambers galaxy-wide. Billions tuned in. Log. Human bypasses fail-safes designed for plasma storms. Improvises under lethal voltage. Apex adaptation. Boot scans pinged wars. Deeper shadows steered not rocks. Reyes straightened at a console terminal. Bulkhead C-17 buckling. Browse. Klaxons blared station-wide. The spine shuddered. A massive impact rocked the hull. Force of the debris. Metal groaned. Bulkhead warped inward, rivets popping. Brex yelled, "A back spine collapsing!" Squad scrambled for cover. Fricks dragged the lean Creek strapper back. Sabakin remote-ordered seals from the chamber. Reyes charged the bulkhead. No hesitation. He wet shoulders under the failing plate. 2 tons of twisted alloy bending toward him. Legs planted wide. Arms locked. It buckled. Plate slammed down. Reyes braced. Muscles bulge. Sweat tore at seams. Particles swarmed his exposed joints. Belsern's drone feed shook. Man interposes. Body mass holds structural failure. Squad flees. Survival protocol. Koth's voice boomed. Evacuate the detainee. Can't. Threx grunted, anchoring his own strut. He's the brace. Reyes growled through gritted teeth. Console read inertial dampers. Boost to 150. Now, Sabakin slammed overrides from Belserin's side. Dampers whined alive. Bulkhead stabilized. Groan eased. But shadows on scan resolved, not debris. Probes. Sleek, angular. Launched from a cloaked mass beyond the wake. Weapons hot. Hostiles. Reyes rasped, still braced. Console full alert. They're boarding vectors. Belsern's tentacles froze. Log update. Intrusion vector confirmed. Human detects through strain-induced focus. Fear protocol shifts. Respect baseline. Threx relayed. Squad, reformed at Reyes' feet. Rifles up. Orders, engineer, seal me in. Will hold till power diverts. Sweat beaded on Reyes' face, visible through cracked visor. He grinned, feral, calm. Koth's hologram glitch, silence stretched. Sabakin leaned in, arbiter. Release full station access. Human leads defense. Greens flooded vote greed. Locks disengaged. Bulkhead groaned, final warning. Reyes nodded. Go. Threx hit the seal. Blade dropped another inch. Drone feed captured Reyes' eyes, focused, unyielding. Belsetting logged the pivot. Fear to awe, their normal is our nightmare. A station yields to the Predator. Probes slammed outer hulls. Alarms picket. Regis laughed low. Come get some. A station gun spun up under human hands. Bell-Setting's feet beamed onward, legend forged in braces and sparks, but the cloaked mass decloaked. Bast! EV pattern. Not pirates. Swarm. Drex tell council. We need the big guns. Velseren's drone retreated to safety. Heartbeat equivalent raced. What guns? Humans brought none. Threx patched through. E means improvised. Like everything. Council chamber erupted. Koth stood. Granted, shadows swarmed closer. Reyes held the line. Body, will, unbreakable. Belseren adjusted lenses. One human, one spine. Galaxy watch. The first probe breached a ventral airlock. Screams echoed decks away. Regis shifted brace. Time to fix that too. Threx's squad poured past the seal. Trust sealed in action. Bell-Setting trail drone feed. Collaboration. Apex integrates. We adapt or perish.
Impacts multiplied.
Reyes Belouet coordinates. Guns roared true. Swarm faltered. But mothership loomed. Brute tenders deploying. Savakin gripped Bell-Setting's console. Analysis project human limits. None observed. Bell-Setting's lock autosync. Normal nightmare endurance. Koth barked. Permanent alliance. Transmit to all sectors. Kray's patched voice station wide. Kray hold positions. We bent the trash. Bulkhead held. Manindure, respecti crystallized. Yet scans deepened. Swarm queen signal pulsed. Bigger threat inbound. Reyes cracked neck.
Round 3. Plotting now.
Station united. Fear forgotten. Legend began. Bio pulsed. Humans fix apocalypse. We record. Pray we never anger. Drone feed held steady. Action just started. Bell-Setting's primary lens zoomed on the ventral breach. Sensor logs flickered under his claws. A faint anomaly spiked. Non-human drone signature, cloaked, hovering near the ruptured airlock. He froze. Not warm. High Arbiter Koth. Threx's voice boomed over the comms link. The security marshal stormed into the chamber clutching a data slate. His armored crest flared. Lux confirming. Planted the breach charges. Planted the breach charges. Grant may Porset authority now. Koth's tendrils twitched from his elevated dies. Counselors murmured behind force-shielded benches. Evidence marshal, not speculation. Threx slammed the slate down. Holoprojections bloomed. Time-stamped traces weaving through maintenance vents. Planted hours ago. Swarmed gut exploded it. Delay costs lives. Bell-Setting patched his drone feed live to the chamber. His heartbeat equivalent thrummed. The tiny craft darted through his viewport, tracking the signature's heat bloom. Human prisoner below. Reyes. Kude Sabakin leaned forward, Eremboy frills quivering. Analyst Bell-Setting verified the marshal's claim. Confirmed, Bell-Setting rasp. Drone matches crackback's hive patterns. Not pirate tech. Saboteur prepped the station. Koth's eyes narrowed. Contain the human first. Is the apex threat. Threx snarled. He's holding the line. Grant authority. Or, I take it. Bell-Seren's drone feed shifted. Below decks, Mark Rage crouched in the flickering engineering bay. The human wiped sweat from his brow, humble in his grease-stained jumpsuit. No weapons. Whose tools? Threx, Reyes called over open channel. Voice steady. Got your saboteur ping. Near the old Mac clamp array. Give me 5 minutes. Threx paused mid-argument. You're detained, human. Not anymore. Rage's grinned faintly, prying open a scrap panel. Watch. Bell-Setting amplified audio. Regis yanked magnetic clamps from a discarded loader, industrial-grade shipyard surplus. He wired them to a pulsing maintenance beacon, the kind that lured repair bots. Simple loop. Beacon pulsed low-frequency lure clamps snapped on contact, scrap hardware. Bell-Setting's frills flattened. Humans improvised death traps from junk. Regis slapped the rig onto the bent grate. Beacons mimicking a power fault. Dronal bite. Koth barked from the chamber. Abort. That's unauthorized. Too late. Bell-Setting's drone captured it. The cloaked blip decloaked. Crackback's scout, needle thin, spines glinting. He dove for the beacon's glow. Snap. Clamps seized it midair. Sparks flew. The drone thrashed cutter limbs whirring futilely against maglock grip. Reyes stood dusting hands. Gotcha. Threx, send a squad. Interrogatis bag. Station-wide cheers erupted over comms. Bell-Setting's console pinged. Logs auto-uploading. Trap efficiency, 98%. Materials refuse. Threx spun to Koth. Your call, Arbiter. Human host neutralized the insider threat. Savakin seized the broadcast panel. Head diplomatic override flashed green. Console, attention. Holo feed of the captured drone bloomed station-wide. Saboteur secured by human daytime Mark Reyes. Breach origin confirmed. External agent. Human action prevented cascade failure. Koth surged forward.
Reframe that. The apex predator exploited. Blocked.
Savakin's frills locked firm. Truth transmits. All sectors. Collaboration protocol active. Fear ebbed. Respect surged. One human junk parts. Saboteur snarled, but alarms wailed anew. Swarm mothership loomed on long-range scans. Queen signal pulsing stronger. Brood tenders detached, blotting stars. Regis boys cut through. Traps intel. Drones linked to the Queen. Entral weak point exposed. Threx, rig the big guns on those coordinates I sent. Threx nodded to his squad, already moving. On it, Kot hesitated. Counselor shifted uneasily. Then, granted, integrate the human. Belsetting trailed his drone lower. Rages moved with purpose, no boast. Just fixes. A bypass a ham turret array, fingers blurring over controls. Beacon trick worked. Tail it. Lured the tenders into the breach field. Sabakin gripped Belserin's console edge. Annalise Project Swarm responds. Overwhelming, Dossarin replied. But human tactics adapt. Threx's squad sealed around Reyes. Knockouts now, weapons primed, lead Reyes. Human nodded humbly. Follow my mark. Belsetting locked it all. Normal for them, traps from trash. Endurance without end. Impacts rattled the hull. Swarm probes hammered bulkheads. Reyes bellowed Jasmine's coordinates precise. Turrets rode, shredding the first wave. Jet the mothership advanced. Queen signal throbbed, commanding legends. Regis cracked his neck. Round 3. Plotting Queen Killer now. Belserin's drone feed steadied. One human orchestrated. Aliens executed. Station held, but the new ping spiked his logs. Deeper scan, secondary breach, drone signature, multiplex. Not one saboteur. Analyst, Threx shouted. Confirm, Belserin's claws flew. Nest confirmed. Infiltrators breeding below decks. Reyes overheard. On it. Gimme clams and beacons. Lots. Kot's voice cracked over comms. Alliance Permanente Humans lead breach response. Fear banished. Away crystallized. Belserin adjusted lenses. They're normal. Our nightmare averted. Swarm closed. Rays reeked faster. Galaxy Watch via sync feeds. Legend forged in scrap and spine. Threx's enforcers fanned out. Human at core. Traps live in 3. Belserin pulsed final lock. Apex integrate. We follow. Orfal. Queen signal peaked. Tender swarmed the lure. Clamps snapped en masse. Chaos erupted beautiful, unbreakable. But nest alarms blared. Infiltrators hatched. Regis grinned. Time to fumigate. Station united. Human endure. Bigger nests pulsed in the dark. Containment team escorted the human detainee back to secure hold. Kot's voice boomed over the comms, overriding the fading nest alarms. Belserin froze mid-log. His drone feed captured it all. Rages wiping infiltrator Eacher from his hands. Threx's enforcers stacking the last twitching drone corpse. The human straightened, tools still clipped to his belt. Threx hesitated, claws twitching toward his stun prod. Reyes, whose credibility demands order, Koth snapped. The council observes. Return him now. Mark Reyes turned.
His eyes locked on Threx. Hold up.
Audit's not done. One more sweep, then I'll go quiet. Security closed in. 2 enforcers gripped their prods. Belserin's lenses zoomed. Human posture shifts. No fear. Expectation. Detainee, Threx growled. Step forward. Regis planted his feet. Not till I file the incident plan. Written. Signatures. You want repeats? Read it first. Kot's hologram flickered into view above the breach site. His frills quivered. Insolence. You are a classified threat. Containment preserves galactic stability. Reyes shrugged. Humble nod to Threx. Stability's my job too. Give me a pad. 10 minutes. Belserin's claws danced across his console. He patched his full locks into the chamber feed. Unfilters. Drone visuals. Audio spikes. Regiscom commands. Amid the swarm. The chamber doors hissed open. Envoy Sabakin strode in. Robots swirling. Arbiter caught. Delayed these. Analyst Belserin streams live. The galaxy sees. Kot's hologram swelled. Witness the threat. Humans improvise weapons from refuse. Epic traits demand isolation. Belserin uploaded the final clip. Rages rigging clamps into a queen trap, voice steady as bulkheads buckled. Heppels the reclassification request. Council records demand boat. Per protocolo 47B. Silence gripped the chamber. Holograms of counselors materialized. Dozens, frills erect, eyes wide. Threx stepped back from Reyes. Analyst speaks truth. Standard restraints failed. Uman breached them twice under duress. Registered passive. Offered his wrists.
I'm no threat.
Habakin tapped her console. Lo confirm. Uman endurance neutralized the nest. Collaboration succeeded. Containment risks escalation. Hot's frills flattened. A single specimen. Anomaly Velserin synced his drone to the chamber projector. Replay. Swarm tenders crushed in Regis' lure. Infiltrators fumigated by his beacons. Station intact. Councilors murmured. One raised the claw. Reclassify. Provisional envoy. Votes tallied. 68% afir. Coth deflated. Provisional envoy status granted. Threx reassigned security protocols. Human capability baseline. Threx saluted. Affirmative, no more standard holes. Reyes unclipped a tool. Handed it to an enforcer. Audit complete, plan incoming. Belserin logged the shift. Fear recedes. Respecta embeds. His drone hovered closer. Reyes met its lens. Nodded 11. But a new ping spiked his console. Deeper decks. Residual queen signal. Fine, growing. Threx's comm crackled. Marshall secondary hatchery. Uman Audit flagged it. Regis cracked his knuckles. Told you.
Round 2. Koth's hologram lingered. And boy Reyes.
Lead. Belserin adjusted his lenses. Normal for them. Our salvation secured. Enforcers fell in behind Reggae's. Threx bark otters. Retooling squads for human sync. Sabakin flanked the group. Datapad ready for signatures. Bersetting trail with his drone swarm. He captured Regis sketching the incident plan on a borrowed pad. Diagrams crisp, contingencies layered. No bravado. Just efficiency. Ear, Regis said, sliding the pad to Savakin. Swarm vectors. Jor tech. My tweaks. She scanned it. Frills rose. This predicts 3 variants. Council ignored them. Threx granted approval. Integrate now. My teams drill human protocols. They descended to the secondary breach. Belserin's feet picked up the throb. Eggs pulsing in a vent cluster. Dozens. Reyes knelt, pulled a scanner. Beacons first. Then gas mix. Your vents handle it? Threx nodded. Calibrate. Council feeds sync galaxy-wide. Billions watched. Belserin's lock streamed raw. Off's voice returned. Steady. Envoy, proced. Council authorizes full support. Clamps snapped into place. Trap live in 5. Cover me. Enforcers fanned out. Threx at point. Probe swapped for a human spec welder. Hatchlings stirred. Klaus scraped bends. Belserin's drone trembled. Their nightmare stirs. Eamon, normal quells it. JES triggered the lure. Eggs hatched in frenzy. Tenders burst forth. Threx team fired. Precise birds. Regis darted, planting gas vents. Flush 'em. Chaos reigned. But order. Uman at center. Aliens amplifying. Last tender crumpled. Bends hissed. Silence fell. Reyes stood dusting hands. Liar. Plan halls. Sabakin signed the pad. Permanent alliance close. Adit, Koth's hologram, nodded. Motion passes. Threx clapped Rey's shoulder. Careful. Doctor, shift complete. Humans baseline for threats. Belserin. Pulsed his final entry. Misunderstood. No more. We adapt. Or perish. But is console pinged again. Outer sensors. Massive shadow eclipsing stars. Not swarm. Something larger. Signal matching the Queen's broodkin. Reyes glanced up. Company? Threx tensed. Analyst, confir. Belserin's claws flew. Mothership, inbound, Queenkin. Cop barked. Envoy Reyes, already plotting. Regis said, humble grin. Tools out. Station braced. Galaxy tuned in. Legend expanded. Belserin zoomed his drone. They're normal as gallets. Ours survives. Enforcers, mobilized under Threx's new doctrine. Hydride squads, alien precision, human grid. Sabakin rallied counselors. Full disclosure. Share the logs. Kot relented. Reyes led the rush to primary turrets. Sync your arrays. He'll plot the kill shot. Threx patched in. Men lead affirmed. Belsarin's feed captured the prep. Rages fusing scrap into amplifiers, voice calm. Range lock, fire on my mark. Mothership loomed. Bots detached. Insobation scale, council chamber erupted in boats. Status permanente. Fear. Raised, arraigned. Reyes bellowed. Mark turrets thundered. Galaxy held breath. Belsarin loget eternal. Humans normal. Universe nightmare proof.